judges, my dear co-participants, and to all other gatherings here. Fabulous morning, everyone. Before entering into my speech, let me ask you all a question. How many of you here have faced with the rejections or failure in your life? How many of you could you just please raise your hands? Okay, including our judges. Okay, almost all. So let's take this very moment to feel proud and appreciate ourselves that we have overcome that rejection and now we are in a place which is just few steps away from success. So now let's have a big round of applause for ourselves and for everyone out there who have overcome their rejections in their life. Yeah, that's great. Let me begin my speech by sharing a survey report with you. According to World Health Organization's recent survey, India has world's 41st highest suicidal rates. How many of us know that? Nearly 35.1% of them are between the age of 18 and 30. Why? What will be the reason? When I had discussion about this among few people surrounded by me, one of the most suggested answer by everyone is rejection. The young minds nowadays are not ready to accept rejections. They wish to be successful throughout their life. They wish to win in everything they attempt for. So our first aim is to normalize rejections. It's okay to fail in few examinations. It's okay if you're unsuccessful in few of your attempts. It's okay if you're fired off from your company. Remember, my dear friends, except losing yourself, losing in every other things are completely fine and normal. And the second thing which we must teach them is to take the rejections and failures they face in their life as injections to move forward. And yeah, that's my topic. Rejections are injections to progress. We, the youth and generation nowadays, start to face our rejections even from our school days. Next, when we step into our college, most of us wish to get into government medical college or top most engineering colleges. As there are more competitors, obviously there will be few failures, right? We expect our names to be in a selection list. Unfortunately, at times, we may see our names in the rejection list. We may lose those opportunities by just 1 or 2 marks. It hurts, I agree. But it's just the end of that examination or end of that competition. But not end of your life. You have much more to cherish, rejoice and explore in your life. Don't miss those wonderful moments for the small struggles and hurdles in your path of success. If you're feeling low or depressed after feeling a rejection, take a minute and think about your destinated life. A life you are going to live in future. A life where everything you wished for is going to be there near you. A life where everything you dreamed for is going to be there in reality. Where you all are going to be showered with all the blessings which you have been expecting for. Think about your positive future. This will obviously build positivity inside you. One wrong assumption of every one of us is that we see these rejections and failures as the greatest demons for destruction and run away from them. But a moment when you are ready to face the rejections, it will teach you lots of lessons. Learn them, analyze them, rectify your own mistakes, then attempt for the same thing for the next time. This time, that's obviously going to be yours. One common sentence used by most of us after facing a rejection is, why all bad things of this universe happens only to me? But actually, my dear friends, no great personality in this universe is made without facing rejections. We all know Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir, right? A eminent personality, a great scientist, a missile man, a great inspiration for our youth. He himself have faced with the rejection in his life. Actually, he first aimed to become a pilot. Everyone in his team was selected, but he was rejected. But only after that rejection, he became the greatest scientist. If he had passed that examination, he could have become one among the pilots, but not the eminent scientist who will forever remain in our hearts. He teaches us the greatest lesson. Sometimes rejections are redirections. If you didn't get something you wished for today, there is something better and best waiting for you there in future. start to run towards that. I also wish to quote another eminent personality here. We all know Walt Disney, right? Creator of Mickey Mouse. He was fired off from a newspaper company for not having enough creativity. Creator of Mickey Mouse, not having enough creativity. Could you just compare this? Even the girl standing in front of you have faced a rejection in her life. I still remember myself as a small little girl studying 8th standard. One fine day, my English teacher called me to her staff room. I rushed to her and asked, "Ma'am, why did you call me?" She informed me that I'm going to deliver a speech for 1 to 2 minutes on any national leader in tomorrow's Independence Day celebration. I was just flying in the sky. Though there are 3,500 students in my school, this opportunity knocked my door. So I was to grab that opportunity. I ran to my computer science lab, wrote 1 to 2 minutes of script. And the second thing which I did is I started to memorize the script. I memorized in such a way that I didn't even leave any and the in between. I memorized in such a proper manner. I came back to my ma'am, gave her the note, looked at the backboard behind her, stood this way and told the entire script without any passes. She was just amazed and told me, "Soumya, you're going to rock the stage tomorrow." But the very next day, when I was about to begin the speech, one uninvited guest entered. That's fear. When someone announced that I'm going to begin my speech, I came to the center of the stage and there is a standing mic there. I stood, I hold the mic this way, I stood, and I stood. My principal ma'am from my left side is telling me, "Soumya, tell something." And I just became like a coma patient who just forgets everything which happened before a minute. My ma'am became angry, came from the right and pulled me away from the mic and took me to the nearby classroom. Each and every one who were sitting as the audience laughed at me. She took me to the nearby classroom and told me a single sentence, "Soumya, you're useless." And she left the hall. My eyes were filled with tears. I returned home, hugged my mom and lamented. But my mom easily consoled me by saying, "If speaking doesn't work out, go for dancing or singing." But my heart told me to win in public speaking and prove her that I can do it. From the very next minute, I started to analyze my mistake. My first mistake is my fear to face the audience. From that, whenever or wherever I get opportunity, my hands will be the first to get raised. And also I joined International Gaviliers Club to learn few things about public speaking. And finally, after rectifying those mistakes to fewer extent, this is G. Soumya standing in front of you as a regional winner of Youth Talk 2023. From that, thank you all. From that rejection till this minute, one thing had been as the greatest barrier, and that's people opinion. They were the major reason for negative and suicidal thoughts among young minds. But remember, people opinion are temporary. They may talk ill about you today, but the very next day when you become successful, they will feel proud about you. That's all people opinion. So don't leave your permanent life for these temporary people. To conclude, let me share you 2 mantras which I myself followed in my life. The first mantra is never ever quit. I repeat, the first mantra is never ever quit. And the second mantra is as simple as that. Just follow the first one. Value each and every talent in you. It may be small or larger. Your life is worthier than any other thing in this universe. Every decision which you are making in your life is just a choice you are picking up. If it doesn't work out, you have many other choices to go with. But your life is the one and only option. If it ends, and it's going to be the end. We are the youths. We are the future pillars of our nation. We can't just sit idle and dream or talk about everything. We must be the change to begin the change. To do that, we must first take all our rejections we face in our life as injections to progression. Let's do it. We can do it and we will do it. If we can't do that, then none other can do that. Thank you.